I stopped by a customer shop today to show you how to use one of our DRP spindle jigs. So let's go through it real quick. For this particular scenario, I'm going to be jigging up a fabricated asphalt spindle. That's actually a right front spindle. Obviously, there's a lot of different types of spindles, lots of different configurations, and we should be able to make most any of those work, and I'll kind of take you through some of those scenarios. I've already jigged this spindle up, so I'm going to actually break this loose so we can kind of go through it from the start. So I'm going to start out, when I'm first jigging a spindle, I'm going to start out with everything loose. And I don't worry about the steering arm, I do it last, so I'll just leave it off to the side. So I'm simply going to set my spindle up in here. In some scenarios like this one, I'll go ahead and put this is my kingpin extension shaft. It goes in between the upper and lower ball joint, so I'll go ahead and set it back in here, and I'm just going to start threading it on. This is a short spindle. We do have these kingpin extension shafts in different lengths, but I'll just start threading it on. I'm not tightening it all the way down yet. I'm just kind of getting it snug. So I'm putting that on first. And the next thing I'm doing is I'm setting my spindle down in the spindle cradle. The way this jig is designed is the spindle pin is always held at 90 degrees, so it's always perpendicular to the ground. So the key here is that I'll put my cap on. The key is I always want to make sure when I tighten this up that all this is square and straight. So once I set my spindle, first step is I set my spindle down on the lower ball joint holder. I'll just run my kingpin extension shaft down, just finger tight. Step 2 is I'm going to set my spindle down into the pin cradle, and then I'm going to run my bolts down on this and go ahead and snug them up. And you'll notice as this is happening, this is squaring this whole fixture here to my pin. I always want to make sure this fixture is butted all the way back up against the back bearing stop on the spindle pin. All right, so that's step 2. Step 3 is I am going to make sure that this slider right here, so this is my outer cradle and this is my inner. I want to make sure that this inner, and I'm not tightening this down yet, I'm just kind of snugging it, just taking any of the slack out of it. I want to make sure that this is square. So, and what I'm doing, I'm watching for any gaps here, and then I'm going to go ahead and snug these bolts down. When I tighten these 2 bolts down, this pulls all this together and squares this up. So this will be step 3. Step 4 is I want to make sure that my spindle is on here straight. So I'm just looking at my scales here at the bottom. You may find that your spindle won't straighten up, and that happens sometimes because sometimes the spindle pin is not actually welded parallel or in line, I guess would be more accurate. It's not welded in line to the kingpin. But I'll straighten this up, and then I'm going to lock this down. So I had step 1 was my setting the spindle down and getting my kingpin extension shaft. Step 2 is going to be locking my cap and getting my pin holder square with the spindle pin. Step 3 is going to be tightening up the front bolts. Step 4 is squaring up my spindle and tightening up the bottom bolts. At this point, all this stuff is on here and tight. Step 5 is I'll go ahead and put my upper ball joint bolt in. Now, if you get ready to put your upper ball joint bolt in and it won't line up with your kingpin extension shaft, so the hole in the shaft and the hole in your spindle doesn't line up, that means that your upper ball joint and your lower ball joint is not in line. That's not necessarily a problem. It could be how the spindle is built. The key there is to know how the spindle started out. When it was new, was it off? Or was it in line when it was new and now it's not in line? If that's the case, of course, it's bent. I found certain spindles, maybe from a certain chassis builder, they're off, but they're all off the exact same, in the exact same place, which means that's just how their jig is built, that they're building their spindles off of. So I can eyeball that and watch that. As a general rule, I want to have my upper and lower ball joint in line. Sometimes we'll have slugs in the upper ball joint hole, and what I would do here is I would put the corresponding slug that I need to get that to line up. But I'll run my upper ball joint down, and you can go ahead and tighten up your kingpin shaft if you haven't done that at this point. And the final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my steering arm lined up. And what we're going to do there is I'll just have my steering arm fixture bolts and my little steering arm ball joint here. I'll just have all of this loose so it just moves around. This particular spindle, like a lot of spindles, uses a slug in it. So I'm going to drop my slug in. I'm going to start running my bolt in. I see here that I'm going to need a spacer, so I've actually already got those. In this case, I'm using some washers. We have spacer kits to go below this steering arm ball joint. We also have spacer kits to go below the main kingpin ball joint too. So if you got a spindle that's got an unusually low drop in it, you might need a spacer kit to go and raise this the lower ball joint fixture up. Let me put my slide my washers in there. And run my bolts in. And then usually what I'm going to do here as I'm doing this, I'm going to square this fixture up with my jig plate. And then I'll just lock these bolts down. Once I get all of this tightened up, and I'm finger tightening this stuff, but I would normally, you know, snug it down with a wrench. Then I'll go ahead and lock both of these. My steering arm ball joint and my lower ball joint fixture, I'll lock them in, and that's it. So now this particular spindle is jigged up. From this point, I can take measurements on the spindle. Of course, I would log down my spindle height. So this is a 7.5 inch spindle. I'm going to check my kingpin inclination. And to do that, I'm actually measuring just right off the back side of my kingpin extension shaft. So this will be a 5-degree spindle, 5-degree kingpin inclination. The next thing I would do is I'm going to measure my drop, and I actually measure it from the plate up to the center of my spindle pin. So this would be a 6 3/8, and you're gonna subtract that off of the back. So this is a 2-inch drop pin, 2-inch drop pin, 5-inch kingpin inclination, 7.5 inch overall height. You can also take some measurements off of your steering arm. You can take a measurement distance from the fixture plate where the steering arm is, inside to outside, which will be left to right here. You can also take a measurement right off your scales of where it is front to rear. A lot of times what we do is we'll take, and depending on how many different spindles you're jigging up, I might take and just take a paint marker or punch mark or scribe line and go ahead and scribe where my different spindles are. That way I can just move my fixtures right back to that same exact spot each time. The other measurement that I will note on here is my pin offset left to right. This is actually telling me if I check two different spindles, what the tread width difference in those spindles would be. And I do that right off of this bottom scale. I'm just looking to see how far this inner bearing stop is from the lower ball joint. So that's my measurements. Now let's talk about if we were going to check this spindle again. Once I have my measurements, I have those logged down. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the spindle back off of here. I can drop another spindle back on here. That will be the same spindle, and make sure that it does measure the same. I can check this spindle later, if I want to build a spindle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this one off. I'm going to put my upper and lower ball joint balls right back in place using my kingpin extension shaft. I'm going to put my spindle pin right back in here, just like this one is. And then I can also put my steering arm on here, use this fixture to hold that. And then it's just a matter of putting my plates and my pieces and welding it all together. Same scenario if I was going to try to repair a spindle as well.